Malaria is an entirely treatable and preventable disease transmitted through the bites of infected female mosquitoes. However, over 483,000 deaths have been reported in 2015 alone. Malaria is a disease of global importance, with economically developed countries like the UK taking responsibility for reducing this statistic. Research led Vickery Global Discovery to Kenya, where we met Adana. Malaria had destroyed the local community, leaving Adana with no parents at just 3 years old. Treatment in the village was scarce, expensive and often ineffective, but unfortunately Adana is not a unique case. In 2015, 3.2 billion people are at risk of malaria from Asia to Latin America and the Middle East. However, sub-Saharan Africa carries a large proportion of the global burden, experiencing 89% of malaria cases and 91% of deaths. The intensity of malaria transmission depends on the parasite, vector, human host and environment. Those particularly susceptible are partially immune infants and children under 5, non-immune and semi-immune pregnant women, patients with HIV/AIDS, along with non-immune migrants, mobile populations and travellers. Effective anti-malarial treatments and preventative measures would significantly reduce disease transmission in endemic countries, enabling individuals to contribute to society and facilitate economic growth and development. The UK would also benefit from investment into the development of an effective anti-malarial treatment. This is because, as international travel becomes more popular, malaria has been imported into the UK, with 1,586 cases and 3 fatalities in 2014. There are over 400 species of mosquito, with 4 parasites causing malaria in humans, of which P. falciparum is the most deadly. Current treatment is often unsuccessful due to the development and spread of resistance. Consequently, Vickery Global Discovery are dedicated to developing a novel, safe and effective anti-malarial drug to combat resistance and secure both domestic and international health to prevent more stories like Adana's.
Hi, I'm Faye and I'm interested in the global disease burden of malaria and how treatment can be improved.
Hello, my name is Vicky and my role is to look at the chemical modifications that we can make to quinoline to make it a more effective anti-malarial.
Hi, I'm Huing. I'm in charge of researching the metabolism of the potential aminoquinoline analogs.
Hi, I'm Lian. I'm responsible in looking into the synthesis pathway of 4-aminoquinoline analogs.
Hi, I'm Sing Fu and I'm responsible for the general progress of the research and ensuring that the progress is right on track.
Hi, I'm Ravina and I'm investigating the sales and marketing of the 4-aminoquinoline analogs.
Hello, we are Vickery Global Discovery and we are here to talk about our proposed 4-aminoquinoline compounds. You have already seen why it is so important to develop novel drugs to treat malaria, and we will now explain the development of our molecules.
We have researched in the past to allow us to advance to preclinical trials instead of starting from the discovery stages. What we hope to ask from you is the investment to progress onto preclinical trials and beyond that. What this stage entails is that we shortlist the potential compounds that we have to 6, and as we move along, we will shortlist into the one most potent and efficacious drug in latter stages. So you may ask us, what is our timeline for the proposal? Well, realistically speaking, it's 1 year, but we are being really optimistic and we will complete this in 6 months. Hence, this would really cut down on the cost that you invest compared to other drug development groups. We have passionate and professional staff that allow us to have the confidence to say so. Regarding this timeline, more details are included in the proposal, but for now, I will give you a brief run-through. So within the first month, we will screen the compounds to be synthesized together with the recruitment of the staff like chemists, biologists and pharmacists. In regards to screening, we could use the recently validated E-hematine inhibitory assay. On the second month, we will conduct assays for this synthesized compound and shortlist these potential compounds to a maximum of 6. On the third month onwards, we will conduct the SAR studies together with lead optimization in later stages that include in vivo studies up to the 6th month. SAR studies include drug selectivity and even druggability.
Our lead compound is quinacrine, which is well established and was widely used anti-malarial. The acridine structure causes intercalation between DNA, which inhibits transcription and translation. It also has an IC50 of 31 nanomoles, which has potency against the resistant malaria. It's also cheap and easy to synthesize. Acridine has a pharmacophore found in all antimalarials, which is essential for activity and is what we use in our compounds. The aromatic rings form pi-pi interactions with metabolites from hemoglobin proteolysis, leading to the accumulation of toxic heme and parasitic death. The extension of the aromatic structure can form acridine, which can intercalate between DNA. Having looked at 13 potential single modifications to overcome p-phalcyprium chloroquine resistant transporter, we then combined these single modifications and ended up with over 100 different structures. We ruled down these structures using Lipinski's and other parameters, and then we also considered things like metabolism and synthetic pathways for our final 24 structures, which we're now going to talk about.
So in drug discovery process, drug metabolism plays a major role and determines the fate of prospective drug. Metabolism is investigated to confirm that the compounds are bioavailable. Drug metabolism mainly takes place in two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. So these are the R1 modification. So the possible metabolism pathway are dehalogenation, oxidative deamination, aromatic hydroxylation, N-oxidation, N-dealkylation, and O-dealkylation. So these are the R2 modification metabolism pathway. So for phase 1, there will be aliphatic hydroxylation, aromatic hydroxylation, and oxidation for all 5-membered and 6-membered heterocyclic compounds which contains nitrogen and N-dealkylation. For phase 2, there will be O-glucuronidation and N-glucuronidation.
So our suggested compounds can be synthesized via scheme 1, nucleophilic aromatic substitution, which you can see here. This is the main route to synthesize our lead compound, quinacrine. We have preliminary results suggesting we have 6 promising compounds that will be effective against both resistant and non-resistant parasites.
We have a clear marketing strategy in place so we can maximise our profits. Our market consists of 2 distinct groups, which is a large and a small market. For the larger market, we are specifically targeting less economically developed countries such as Kenya, and this is because malaria primarily targets these areas and there's resistant parasites. For the smaller market, we are targeting countries such as the United Kingdom because there's been sporadic outbreaks of malaria. We fully understand that our drug can be disregarded at any phase in the drug discovery process, which is why we plan to continue to obtain evidence to support our safety and efficacy drug profile. We aim to get the support from governments as well as NICE so that we can become first-line recommendations. In addition to this, we are aware that there's other competitive drugs out there, but we believe our drugs have a competitive advantage.
To conclude, we identified quinacrine as our lead molecule and made 13 single modifications. Following synthesis and metabolism, we have 6 promising compounds which we believe deserve further investigation with your funding.
Stop malaria, save lives!